Stargirl, episode 12. We are right on track to get to this finale next week, and I have a lot of words about this entire show. I think I will do a separate video talking about my overall thoughts and feelings on the season as a whole. Maybe we'll do a live stream. I got a new webcam I'd like to check out, so we could probably do that, but this is the penultimate episode, and in my honest opinion, this is the most important episode of a series run. This is the episode that is going to lead you into the finale. It's going to give you to your final moments. This is the one, in my honest opinion, that should have all the action beats. This is the one that should be the lead up to having our characters have their send-off or their end or setting up the next part. This wasn't like that a lot. I mean, it set up a lot of stuff for the finale, which I think a lot of the stuff it set up was incredible, and I love this show. I really do love this show. And there's some really good action beats in here too. But we're going to get some even better action beats coming down the line in the next episode, and that's going to be really exciting to see. Very fascinating stuff on that. This episode picks up, and we got the hit put on the Whitmore family and the Dugan family. They are just, we're going to see them lose, right? Like, the Injustice Society is coming for all of them, including Mike, because if we can't have a legacy running around, I love that line. I still love that line. Really funny stuff. Sportsmaster goes after Pat when he's in his shop. What an incredible scene that was, guys. Like, I was literally amazed by everything in that scene. I said it when he premiered in the show, Sportsmaster is not hard to make look cool. Like, Injustice, I mean, Stargirl did it, Young Justice did it. This character, for some reason, turning Casey Jones into a psychopath works on television. And it's really cool to see the way he's flipping the bat around, the way he's attacking Pat just so casually, like, you gotta strike me, you gotta hit me from the hips. That's where all the power comes from when you're doing a punch, and that was really cool to see. And again, Luke Wilson just crawling on the floor trying to survive and just do something here. That was really awesome stuff. I love Luke Wilson in this season. He's been incredible, really fun guy. I absolutely adore it. And just seeing the struggle of him just trying to find a right way to attack Sportsmaster, that was really intriguing and really cool to see. And we get my favorite moment of the show. Honestly, I'm so happy. It finally happened. It finally came through. Mike finally knows the truth. We finally show Mike the truth because he gets the final blow on Sportsmaster. He drills right into him. We have a scene earlier on where Pat's trying to talk to Mike, but Mike's not having any of this shit. He's like, I bet Courtney knows what's going on and no one's telling me anything, so quit treating me like a kid. Pat kind of loses it. Mike kind of walks away holding the drill. He comes back, stabs the drill right into Sportsmaster and turns it on, twists it. Now Mike knows the truth. He knows who his dad is. His dad is Stripey. Wow, that was a powerful scene. I loved seeing that. It was just so intense and real for everything that this show needed, especially with Mike. And as those two are having their moment, we go back to Courtney and Barbara, who are still at the house, and Tigress attacks, and wow, okay. The fight scenes of Tigress and Sportsmaster are the best on television, period. Like, just the way those two fight off each other, it looks like dancing, but when Tigress is alone, she is really scary and really cool. Like, I love seeing every flip and movement she's doing, everything she's a part of. Really interesting, really unique stuff. And the way she's just flipping off the couches, bouncing off the walls, trying to attack Barbara was really cool. Then Courtney comes in for the save. That was great. I love that it's the characters who aren't the heroes that are getting the two big moments to take them down. Mike with the drill, Barbara smashes a lamp over Tigress's head. They manage to escape. And now our plan is we are going to be going to this, I guess it's somebody's summer home. I'm not sure if it's Pat's from like his money from somewhere, all this weird money he's getting, probably from everyone who's dead gave them his money or he inherited somehow, but we're going to this nice summer home. Our team is going to meet us there, which I'm like, all right, you made it clear earlier on that no one's supposed to tell, like, Mike wasn't supposed to tell his friends that they're going to a camp in like November or where it was they were going, or to a summer house, I mean. And then you just got Rick, Beth, and Yolanda showing up. Like, what did they tell their parents? Like, that they're just seeing a friend for the night, or what's going on there? Pretty interesting stuff. Like, I did like that a lot. Pretty cool to see. Justin shows up too, so the Shining Knight is returning, and now we're getting our team formed. It's really cool stuff. We're hanging out in the cabin. We get a lot of great character moments. You know, Beth tries to talk to Yolanda about Henry. Not much is coming from that. So, you just see Yolanda's not ready to talk about it. She just kind of wants to take action. We get some great stuff with Mike and Courtney, like, maybe if my dad told me and I found the staff, it would have chose me. And I like that moment. I said it earlier too. Mike is Jeff Johns. Mike is supposed to be us, the comic book fan, trying to get into this world but don't really know how. And I love seeing Mike and Courtney's relationship because I have an older sister. I get that. And I think it's really important and really cool just to see that angle of things. So I really enjoy that perspective. And having Mike is just a really fun character. Some really interesting moments with Rick, too. He finally solves the puzzle that was his dad's journal. We realize the final key is the math equation. We need a certain number to make it work. He's trying everything involving birthdays or ages and, everything involving hours, like minutes or seconds, and the time in an hour in a day or 12 hours. And I think what was really cool with that was it was the car, because the car is kind of like the connection between Rick and Rex without them really knowing each other. They're both interested in cars. They had a beautiful car. I thought that was a really cool connection. And it kind of gives us this idea. We are now able to understand what the plan is. They are building this device, and it's kind of like a series of tunnelways underneath the city, which is something I've talked about before too. How do they build all that? Like, there's so many tunnels under there. It's actually amazing to see how many tunnels they have underneath the city that nobody's found before. And I guess Rex did find them, but then he died for it. So that's okay. That's kind of cool. I will say this too. I love the stuff with the villains. Like, they really know how to play up the villain angle, and that stuff's really cool. Like, we get some really great moments of Brainwave here where he's testing out the machine that's going to control his power, and you just have him just experience it all. It looks like Cerebro, which I guess what else can you really do with, like, brain people? Like, there's not really anything else you can go forward and try to do, so it makes sense to me. And I really like the moment, too, where he's just like, I felt every bad decision, every piece of anger, every piece of hate that everyone in the world has ever felt. And I'm ready to do this. Let's do this shit. Let's take them down. New America, baby. We're taking them down. It's going to be really fun. That was a really cool angle. He has a Brainwave, too. He has a really great moment with Cindy, who's still locked up. And he's like, you're just a failed experiment to your dad. He doesn't love you. And we all agree with him. Like, the ISA doesn't give a shit about you. You're just a terrible character who hasn't really done anything useful this season. Bye-bye. We'll see you later. Out of here. I'm done. And I like that angle a lot. It was really creative and really fun because you're not really seeing that from a show like this. Because a lesser show, I've talked about this a lot, a lesser show would take the villains in a different direction where we don't really see their side of things. And you see even Jordan's having kind of second thoughts about hurting Barbara, and I thought that was really cool to see. And even the interplay in the villains too, where the Principal Bowen comes to tell Sportsmaster and Tigress, like, I'm here to make sure you don't fail again because you are terrible. And Tigress shoots her in the head and kills her. That was awesome. Like, that was a really cool moment that I absolutely enjoyed. I thoroughly had a great time watching that and investing in that angle because that character is so cool, so unique. I love it to death. Really fun stuff. And we see Bowen's son in here. I don't know if we've seen him before. We kind of hinted at that she had a son, or a kid at least. And he's a band nerd. He plays the tuba, I think. He's like, some kids are making fun of me. They're calling me the tuba turd. And his mom's just like, yeah, well, your dad would shove his violin into people's ear. So maybe you should try that. With a tuba. Okay. I thought that was cute. Like, it was pretty fun. That kid's obviously going to turn bad. I think you should just make him the Pied Piper. I don't know if this character actually exists in the comic books. I cannot remember for the life of me. But make him the Pied Piper. That could be kind of fun. I don't know. Maybe the Flash has that. I'm not sure. But that's some cool stuff there. And our plan is, we're going to figure out that now Brainwave actually can take over the minds and control people. But now we're splitting up our team. Our Justice Society team is going to be split up in a couple of groups. Star and Stripes, which is name is this episode, they are going to go down one end of the tunnel. Rick, Yolanda, and Justin are going to go down another end. And Beth is going to go to the American Dream building with Barbara in order to figure out the schematics of what they can do there. I thought that was pretty interesting stuff. I enjoyed seeing that angle of it. And I thought, again, this show is just really fun to see. And as we're doing this, Beth kind of figures out what the plan is. And it's like, New America is actually pretty good. Universal health care for everyone, which is very important. The inclusion of diversity, and there's going to be no prejudices, and we're going to make everybody equals, equal pay, equal life. And you're kind of just like, wow, that's a really good idea. Oh, but undeveloped minds who are adults, or if there's some people that are trying to fight back from the infection, they're going to die. And we're projecting that's going to be 25 million people. Oh, so it's not a good idea. So that's, again, great comic book. It's just a big number like that, like 25 million. It's such a comic booky number because you're like, oh, we would definitely feel the effects in the world if that happened. But it's not like, I don't know, something about it just screams very comic booky, like, oh, 25%, that's 25 million. Okay, I like that a lot. I think that's really fun angle. Really good stuff there. And we do realize, too, that now Brainwave is literally still in the machine, so we can actually use it now and take over New America and start that from happening. And as he's doing that, all of our adult people, because it can only attack people who are adults, just fully developed brains, we lose Pat, we lose Barbara, and we lose Justin, so now our kids are on their own to do something good. That's going to be a fun setup to see how everyone's going to have their individual fights leading up to something. I'm expecting that Beth is going to have to fight the Gambler. I'm expecting that Rick and Yolanda are going to have to fight Solomon Grundy, and I'm suspecting Stargirl's going to have to fight Dr. Ito. And I think that's going to be a really cool angle. I hope nobody comes for Mike, because I don't want to see that kid get hurt. But I love this show. It's like the best superhero program in a long time, and I'll stand by that forever. Like, it's definitely worth watching. It's so entertaining and so engaging. And we're going to talk about the finale, then we'll do a non-spoiler video, and like I said, we'll probably do a live discussion at some point talking about this, and probably Doom Patrol. So thank you guys so much for watching this review and this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff. Links will be in the description below for all that, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Have fun, stay safe, good luck. Tsunami Studios.